Super cool lifestyle, Yeti cooler. Why are they so expensive and how to branding and marketing the premium high-end products? Great success with the cooler, which is way more expensive than a refrigerator. Today's hero is the Yeti. Yeti's cooler are called the Lamborghini of Cooler or the outdoors Rolex. How cool is that? Let's find the ways to branding and marketing with the premium products. Here are the secret of how Yeti built a billion-dollar brand, turning coolers into the status symbol. Recently, I'm gaining lots of subscribers. Thanks for all you guys. I hope this video could be a present for these hot summer days. Please subscribe to my channel and click the like button. Do you guys know the Yeti? I bet that some of you guys might come up with a monstrous ape-like snowman in Himalayan folklore, and the others might think of the premium outdoor brand. Yes, the latter named after the former. Today's story is about the American outdoor brand Yeti. In 2006, Yeti Cooler was founded by two brothers, and their growth has been outstanding both on the sales and on the stock prices. They started from a cooler maker, but now they built a $1 billion brand. And now, Yeti is known for its expensive coolers that have become a status symbol in America. In October of 2018, Yeti went public when they filed an IPO on the New York Stock Exchange. Investors were initially skeptical that the customers would shell out $200 to the $1,300 on the cooler. But for the right cooler, it turned out that many people would do that. Yeti brought in about $940 million in 2019 by turning a mundane commoditized item into a status symbol. And the company's market capitalization is now estimated at $1.5 billion. And surprisingly, in recent days, Yeti earnings beat Wall Street's second quarter expectations. This quarterly report represented earnings surprised by 173.33%. And also, Yeti shares has been added about 48.5% since the beginning of the year versus S&P 500's gain of 3%. This report means a lot because this happens during the coronavirus pandemic. Beyond all these numbers and graphs, the most surprising fact is that the camping cooler, so-called the icechest, is the major product of this $1 billion giant company. Some people might think that the cooler is a cheap product easily bought at Walmart, but Yeti's cooler is entirely different. Their small-sized coolers start at $200 and the biggest one is around $1,300. It is more expensive than a typical refrigerator. When I first saw the price tag of the Yeti cooler, I shouted that, isn't it just icechest? Their brand premium is way too much. But they have a really huge size of the fandom who only use the Yetis, and there are also the people who collect every sort of Yeti's item per size to colors. My brother is one of them, so I decided to scrutinize this brand. Yeti teaches us a lot of things like how to branding and marketing the premium items. Why are Yeti coolers are so expensive? There are 5 reasons: branding, advertising, distribution, quality and finish, and innovation. Then let's find out how the two brothers turned a $300 cooler into the $450 million cult brand one by one. At first to market, featured by the brand philosophy. On the official page, Yeti's founder wrote their touching branding story. Growing up, the two brothers had a passion for the outdoors. Hunting, fishing, traveling to the outdoor industry trade show with their teacher-turned-entrepreneur father. They were raised with the appreciation for wild game, unfamiliar territory, high-quality gear. But the coolers available at the time just weren't up to their outdoor adventures. The handles would break, the latches would snap off, the lids would cave in. Not only was it a hassle to replace their coolers after each season, but also they are cheaply built. Ordinary icechests were limiting their good times. And that frustration led them to a solution. They melded their philosophy on the outdoor activities to the cooler brand Yeti. Yeti single-handedly created the roto-molded cooler market. Back in 2005 and 6, when they started, All that existed was the cheap crappy coolers you buy at Walmart or your local hardware store. Then Yeti came onto the scene and created their over-engineered cooler. It was useful to the extreme people who bought them, but it also made a massive statement. If you own a Yeti in those early days, you'd proudly show it off to your friends and everyone would be awestruck with how amazing this thing was. Yeti had years to establish themselves and their brand before other competitors brought out their copycat products. The second, quality and finish. Yeti products have top quality as well as premium finish that makes them feel more expensive. Before actually seeing and touching their products, I couldn't understand what made Yeti stand out. But after seeing them all side by side, I now understand. It's hard to describe because it sounds like such a small difference. But the finish of the Yeti is just so superior to other brands, it feels more expensive. The plastic is smoother and the cooler feels richer. It's like comparing the design of the expensive mobile phone and that of the cheaper one. You cannot exactly say why the more expensive phone looks more expensive, but you know it does. It is the same with the Yeti. Yeti was originally able to sell for 10 times the price of the regular coolers because of its all awesome features. 5 to 10 days ice retention, crazy amount of insulation, bear-proof, almost indestructible. All those features still exist. Before going into the next page, let's check those features out. Diverse size options. Yeti sells diverse size and capacities of coolers more than 20. You can find any size of it in any period of travel you are planning to. Powerful insulation. Yeti's coolers show off their cooling effect. This is known as their trademark, permafrost insulation. Bestseller Tundra 35 can keep the ice around 7 days. Perfect hinge system. Yeti's trademark T-shaped locking system is outstanding. It is called the Never Fail hinge system. Its interlocking design with the hinge pins prevents snapping or breaking. Bear-proof strong. Yeti cooler is strong enough to bear resistance. They made shells with the polyethylene with a process called rotomolding, which is used for make kayaks, and also use a polyurethane foam insulation for the pinnacle of insulation and durability. This is called their iconic fat wall design. Its extra thick wall holds up to 3 inches of insulation for unmatched ice retention. And interestingly, Yeti cooler are certified bear resistance by IGBC. Cool design additions. Yeti offers super cool design collections. It's simple but perfect. I really love it. They even release a limited edition on every year. The third, branding and advertisement. They are the cooler brand and they kept the brand loyalty with the aspirational advertisement. Brand is the #1 reason Yeti cooler are so expensive and famous. They cost so much because people are willing to pay for the Yeti because the brand is desirable. Yeti is undeniably the brand when it comes to the expensive rotomolded coolers. Basically, every other brands out there compare themselves to Yeti at quality and price. And here's another point. The biggest challenge for Yeti is conquering a new market in convincing customers to pay hundreds of dollars for a cooler. Even if the brand and the quality are far more outstanding than others, paying that much money seems unreasonable. Yeti also know that point, so they touch the desire of the people, not the needs. When your brand is a sort of the premium, it might play far over than the needs. You should stimulate the other features. Here's the Yeti's kick. While other brands focuses on the product specs and price, Yeti makes short movies and inspiring videos about the lifestyle. Just like Coca-Cola makes ads that makes people think, those people looks happy, I'm going to drink Coca-Cola and be happy and beautiful as them. Yeti makes advertisements to make you think, I want adventure and a life like that, so I will buy Yeti. Starting from 2016, Yeti has released more than 50 short movies about the natural wild lifestyle. The movies are not lucrative. Except for the opening sequence of wording Yeti presents, we cannot even notice that this is the movie of the Yetis. The purpose is to stroke social media and preserve Yeti's authentic appeal to the hunters and fishermen that helps grow the brand. Yeti announced its first ever international film tour in February 2020. The film tour consists of the collection of unreleased film showcasing everything from angling to hiking, skiing, and more. The first film in this series, Reach of Dreams. You must have to check it out. Harrison Lindsay, Yeti's content manager, said that, "Sure, we need to sell Yeti products, but really what we're trying to do is to tell stories so people can emotionally connect with Yeti." The fourth, pricing and distribution. One of the smartest things Yeti did was tightly control their distribution, and this made them to control over pricing. They refused to sell in the Costco's and Walmart of the world and would sell only to the small local stores. Not for the common people, but for the extreme hardcore outdoor manias. We call this the niche market. Narrowing the targeting down and focusing every resources on them. When you are targeting the niche market, you should have the control over the price. Here's the point. Just like Apple, they also only provide stores with a thin margin. With other coolers, the store might buy for 50% of what you pay for it, so they can afford to discount it. With Yeti cooler stores likely make way less per sale. This means if they discount it, they will lose money, and most stores just cannot afford to do that. So it comes to the result, Yeti coolers are never on discount sale. And the last and the fifth, innovation. While the Yeti cooler is still largely the same as 10 years ago, Yeti continues to innovate in other areas. They innovated with their soft coolers, making them better than any other soft coolers out there. They made new lineups of Rambler cups and bottles, their duffel bags, and their buckets, which were originally gift for buyers. As the luxury brands do, they started to release their logo-attached items. So now, 60% of Yeti's earnings are from the tumblers. Corey Maynard, VP Marketing for Yeti, said that, "We know that we have to work hard to stay in the front of them, and that's going to be through innovation and marketing." Then let's make it summed up. Yeti tells us how to target the niche market and building brand loyalty on the premium items. And also, we now understand how to dominate the premium high-end market. Here's the secret how Yeti founder brothers turned a $300 cooler into the $450 million cult brand. At first, quality and finish. They feel expensive. The second, branding. They are the cooler brand. The third, advertising. Their advertising is aspirational. The fourth, distribution. Their distribution gives them control over pricing. The fifth, innovation. They continue to appear innovative. "It's just a freaking cooler," laughed Davis Ree, co-founder and the chief strategy officer of the branding and design agency Ziegel and Gale, with obvious admiration. Because what the founder brothers have produced is more than a box that will keep your brusques chilled longer. Their ability to carefully build an authentic, durable brand story is just as important. Maybe more than the indestructibility of their product. What their story is about is not the cooler, says Ree. It could have been a jillion things, but they have built their community, their operating philosophy around their passionate commitment to the outdoors. Thank you so much for watching my video, and please subscribe to my channel and show your thumbs up. And I will hop around the world and bring lots of thousands of funny stories to you. Let's hop around together. Thank you, and see you again!